I am awake, which is a rarity. I know. We are back at it again. Hey, Glace.
Just finished putting the icing on my breakfast real quick.
Then we'll start proper. I woke up on time about an hour ago, and then got a brain fog to the rest of being awake. So, I have food. Didn't remember to actually eat it, though. Sun is very bully. Although right now where I'm at, it's 64 degrees, which really not bad. It's actually on the cooler side. I prefer it to be in the 70s. Remember what that is? In non-freedom units. $88, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if my area is going to get somewhere around there too. Let me actually check. I can check. I say that, and then it doesn't want to tell me. Shame. Speaking of shames. Once again, my neck is trying to dislocate from my body. There we go. I'm okay. I have toasted strudels. Hey. And coffee. Which is also something I forgot to touch while in the hour I was awake before this. Anyway, I suppose it is time. We are picking up where we left off. Elfinode. We have been blessed with a rare opportunity. An audience with an ambassador of the Holy See of Ishgard. We are to treat with Sir and Merrick, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights in Camp Dragonhead. It is considered a great honor to serve the Holy See directly as a Temple Knight. Needless to say, their leader wields tremendous political influence. We would be wise to court his favor. For that reason, I consider your attendance essential. If Sir Merrick wishes to meet the woman behind the legend, I would not deny him the pleasure of your company. The antecedent should see the wisdom of this plan when you request her permission to accompany me to Corthus. Mayhaps you feel this to be a waste of your talents, which could doubtless be put to nobler use. If so, I should remind you that more good can be accomplished with a stroke of the pen than the thrust of a sword. Not wrong. Not wrong. Could have been half the dialogue, but not wrong. Alphanod does like to hear himself talk. He is a very wordy boy indeed. Well. There. A meeting with an Ishgardian ambassador? By all means, I think it's a wonderful idea. We have received no reports of etheric disturbances or unseen beast tribe or nonsense, unusual unusual beast tribe activity of late. If Alphanon believes your presence may help him to secure more favorable terms, I see no reason to deny him. I'm gonna look at the way the chat is. I'm going to move y'all up. There. Antecedent. I take it has explained the situation. She has. Yet welcome though these overtures are, I cannot help but wonder what prompted them. The Ishgardians have spurned all contact with the other city-states for decades. Why reach out now? Well, it's because we have the greatest mind of all, Alphanol. Would that I knew. The question of their motives is one to which I have given no small amount of thought. Alas, I know no more than is generally known. The notoriously reclusive nation of Ishgard, situated at the center of Abalathia's spine, ruled by the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, as the head of which presides the Archbishop. Members of the original Eorzean alliance formed in the wake of Alamigo's fall 2 decades ago. Friends of convenience who withdrew from the alliance as soon as the Imperial fleet was routed at the Battle of Silver Tier Skies. Excuse me. Since which time their borders have remained closed to all outsiders. They have rejected every one of their former allies' calls to reopen dialogue, turning a deaf ear to the neighbors' pleas even when the calamity loomed large. And on the fields of Cartano, where brave men and women laid down their lives in defense of the realm, their banners were conspicuously absent. I've tried to convince Ishgard to rejoin the alliance at every opportunity. Yeah, sorry we be fighting dragons. I've explained over and over again that unless Eorzea stands united, we cannot hope to preserve our freedom. One by one, our nations will fall, as once fell Alamigo. Yes. But big dragon in the moon. No, we fight dragons. What about this dragon? No, we only fight dragons. That's not dragon. The big lizard. And what have mine efforts yielded? Why not? Surely this can be considered a step in the right direction. I should hope so. Rather than the lowly messengers, we have been foughted off. That's... Old English. Fuck you mean, lizard? I should hope so. Rather than the lowly messengers, we have been foughted off with in the past. This time we shall meet with a man of genuine influence. Of course, I am not so naive as to think that they come to us out of the goodness of their hearts. We have something they desire, though I have yet to find out what. But such is the nature of diplomacy. They will bring their agendas to the negotiating table, and so will I, along with a handful of incontrovertible truths. The Empire will soon be at our doorstep once more. Indeed, you may be assured that I will expound upon this point and others. Let us depart to Camp Dragonhead. Our old friend, Lord Harchefant, is expecting us. Since our quest to recover the Enterprise, I understand you have further ingratiated yourself with the man. Excellent work. His fondness may prove useful to our cause. Why, yes. Let us go. Yum. My otter, my boy. There's good music. And now we have the orchestrations. Whee! What's up? Perseverant. Ah, ever the welcome sight. Our hearts have been stoked to blazing in preparation for your arrival. It would not do for such a distinguished personage to catch cold whilst enjoying our hospitality. The gesture is most appreciated. I fear I shall ever struggle in cold climes. Ah, good Master Alphino. An honor as always. Likewise, Lord Harchefant. Forgive us yet another imposition. I fear we have relied overmost on your aid since you so generously assist us in locating the Enterprise. Nonsense. Any debts incurred have long since been repaid. Besides, who can say what the future may bring? House Fortemps may even seek to the aid of your newly formed Crystal Braves. In any case, I am simply delighted that the Holy See is at last willing to grant you an audience. No doubt your discoveries at Snowcloak helped to justify the decision. Whoops. But to the matter at hand, Sir Amiric arrived in Camp Dragonhead earlier, and I am told he is eager to meet with you at your first convenience. You are doubtless weary from your journey. Weary, sorry, not wary. Liking words. Weary from your journey and desirous to rest a while by the warmth of our hearth. My fingers are heavy. I don't know why I keep accidentally clicking. Just gonna put my hand down off the mouse. As inviting as your words sound, or as inviting as your hearth sounds, I think it best we proceed to the intercessory forthwith. Nope. Don't go into somebody's chat and start promoting yourself. We do not condone. It's like we chill, we hang out here. We have been expecting you, madam. Pray tell your ease inside, or pray take your ease inside, and I shall summon the others. Proceed.
Have faith, my friend. You need only state your case with confidence and clarity.
Oh my god, dialogue. All right, this guy.
Commander Leveilleur, it is both an honor and a pleasure to meet you.
Just the vaguest memories of this man.
I am Emeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights.
Alphino Leveilleur, at your service. Your reputation precedes you, Sir Emeric. I think we will find that we have much in common.
Speaking of reputations, yours towers over us all. Does it not?
The sheer amount of paladins or gladiators in this freaking area.
It does indeed, Lord Commander.
I am not too proud to admit that I have followed your activities with an interest bordering on fascination. full glad was I to learn that you would be joining us. Now then, shall we begin?
Shah.
We know full well that the Garleans will return in force ere long. What is more, we have yet to achieve a lasting victory over the primal menace. The beast tribes continue to summon their gods, and each incarnation is stronger than the last. Ishgard is not immune to these threats. I must reiterate that it would behoove your nation to rejoin the Eorzean alliance.
Once again, I must respectfully disagree.
Of course he does.
On what grounds?
Despite their presence in Kurthus, the Ixal do not concern us. Their territorial claims pertain to Gridanian lands, and it is the people of Gridania whom they harry. Consequently, the Holy See judges this to be a Gridanian affair, and Ishgard does not intervene in the internal affairs of other nations. Even were that not the case, our forces are wholly committed to the Dravanian conflict. We have not the knights to spare. As for the Garleans, we are not ignorant of history. We have observed the rise and expansion of the Empire, and we agree that it is only a matter of time before they resume their campaign in Eorzea.
Then surely it would be in our best interests to present a united front.
Mayhap one day, but not yet. Gaius van Belsar is dead, and the legion of conscripts he left behind lacks the will to fight. We think it highly unlikely that they will emerge from behind the walls of their castra for some time.
Forgive me, but if Ishgard's position has not changed, why did you agree to this meeting?
It was not only as a representative of Ishgard that I came here.
Pardon?
It is not within my power to change Ishgardian policy, regardless of my personal feelings. There is, however, one area in which I may exert a measure of influence. Concerns have been raised over the supplies House Forton has offered to Revenant's Toll.
Forton.
These have led to calls for restrictions on the provision of aid to foreign powers. I can ensure that the shipments continue unabated.
All right, what do you want?
Sir Emmerich, we would be in your debt.
No, you would not. For I require something in exchange.
Of course.
Of late, there has been a flurry of Dravanian activity, the purpose of which was not immediately clear. However, our astrologians have since observed alarming changes in the heavens. The dragon star waxes unnaturally bright, and there are whispers that it portends the resurrection of Midgard-Sorma.
I do not think he would survive a date with this champion.
The fallen guardian of Silvertear Falls? That's absurd.
Full many times have I gazed upon the dragon's corpse still wound around the Agrius, and wondered how different our world might be if it yet lived to plague the skies. I do not know, and I do not wish to know, nor does any son of Ishgard. Yet the mere presence of Dravanian forces is not sufficient grounds to send knights to Mordona, whatever our astrologians say. As I
Probably.
told you before, we have not the forces to spare.
But we do. So you will intervene on our behalf if we agree to watch over the Keeper of the Lake.
Do you accept these terms?
I do. I will see that you are kept abreast of any developments. I regret that we could not come to a similar agreement on other matters, but I understand that you are not at liberty to make such decisions. Nevertheless, I hope that what we have accomplished here today will serve to demonstrate to your countrymen that we can work together towards a common goal. Mayhap one day we shall look back on this moment as the first step towards a united Eorzea.
Mayhap we shall, Commander.
What is the meaning of this?
Oh, good. This never ends well.
The caravan, my lord. It's been attacked. It was Iceheart, my lord.
What? By the Fury? All our precautions were for naught?
Well, guess it's my turn. Pants. I think it's because of the fact that I have the, put on clothes, girl. There we go. Oh. Neat. The socks are neat. More so than the actual skirt. I don't... I feel we shall have better choices. Oh, he's literally right there. I was blind. Just when we were starting to make progress. And to make matters worse, the caravan that they spoke of was bound for Revenant's Toll of all places. Honestly, were I so inclined, I should think the gods are conspiring against us. Alright. I shall still be here. Happily, however, I am not. I would know more of this attack. Let us speak with Lord Harshafant and find out what he has learned. Whoop. My sincerest apologies for the interruption, my friends. But the situation is such that we must act swiftly. If you would be so kind as to elaborate. Iceheart's heretics fell upon the caravan bound for Revenant's Toll as it was passing through Boulder Downs. 'Twas an ambush, swift and ruthless. In an instant, every knight was slain, every crate seized. Then, as quickly as they had appeared, they were gone. 'Twould be an impossible feat without knowledge of the route, knowledge to which only a select few are privy, I presume. Quite. We can pursue that avenue of inquiry in due course. It seems to me that examining the scene of the ambush should be our first concern. The trail is yet warm. We must act swiftly, as Lord Harshafant said, lest crucial evidence be lost. You have a knack for discerning hidden truths. Why don't you go and inspect the ambush site in person? An excellent idea. Inform my men of your intent upon arrival, and they will gladly share their findings. Broom! Wall. That's a wall. Bum, 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 bum. Rum, bum, bum, ba, da. Ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, 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 da. Dun, 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 dun. Giant luggers. Yep, I went too far. There you are. Move along, adventurer. There's nothing for Lord Harshafant bid you speak with us. Then you must beg your pardon, sire. As you can see, they left nary a crate behind, tipped the wagon for good measure even. Whole thing's a bit odd, if you ask me. Would have been easier to just steal it, though a damn sight harder to conceal it, I'll allow. Reckon they came prepared, probably with wagons of their own hidden away off. Ah, but pay no heed to my ramblings. Absent of proof, 'tis not but speculation. Might be as the squire receiving care at the observatorium could tell you something more factual, that is, if he's awake. Unlike myself, he was there during the attack. Not that his presence amounted to much. And so, once again, we fly. But who shall we get? Ooh. Cat. Alright, I'm going to see what that says. There we are. Give me 1 sec. I got a message I need to look at real quick. Let's see here. There we go. You've come to ask about the attack, haven't you? We came upon them before the entrance to the Hall of the Seven Echoes. Pilgrims, we marked them as, lost and ill-equipped for a journey further north. Our leader called out to them, and one stepped forward to answer. Slowly she approached, her silver hair flowing in the wind like melting snow. Just a young girl, I thought, some poor lost lamb in search of salvation. Our leader must have thought the same, else why would he let her draw so close? They exchanged some words I couldn't hear, and she leaned forward as if to kiss his cheek, and then he sighed and crumpled to the ground. I didn't know what had happened till I saw the snow turn red. And then there was red everywhere. Everywhere I looked. I tried to fight, but took a blow to the head, and by the time I came to, the others were dead, and the heretics were unloading the wagon. They'd have killed me, so I just lay still and listened. Iceheart's people spoke of deliverance and resurrection, and they spoke of Shiva. Roulette, who do we get? Hey, let's go. We got the big boy. Ah, you've returned. What news have you for us? Seems the Lady Iceheart does not scruple to sully her hands with blood. Who is this Shiva the heretic spoke of? Have you not read a single line of the Enchiridion, Master Alphinaud? Shiva is a traitor to kith and kin, an apostate who lay down with dragons. Now, we cannot expect all foreigners to know Ishgardian scripture so well, particularly when it concerns the patron saint of heretics. Wait, you say she is their patron saint? Oh no, it all makes sense now. Lord Harshafant, what was the caravan's cargo? Ah, if I recall correctly, the Diamond Forge had requested a rather large quantity of crystals. Do you not see Iceheart and her followers intend to summon Shiva, as a beast tribe with a primal? Why else would they go to such lengths to secure crystals? I shall inform the Lord Commander at once. Lord Harshfant, you would agree that discretion is a paramount concern. Of course. I trust we can count on your continued support, Master Alphinaud. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are sworn to combat the primal threat. Our support is a given. I will need to send word to my brethren in Revenant's Toll. Our entire order must turn its efforts to the prevention of this summoning. Naturally, that includes you, though I am sure you would not miss this for the world. Woo! We'll go with those. That's a neat. I might have to see if I can get those. Yep, and that makes me... Allied seals. Master. Okay. So if I want to get these sets, I can, for glam, I can do it by doing hunts. Okay. persistent attacks on our caravan seemed little more than a nuisance at first. The heretics were a problem, to be sure, but a relatively minor one. Hold on. I gotta stretch. That was before I discerned the purpose behind their attack, of course. Now they have my undivided attention. After appraising Menphilia of the situation, I shall summon a unit of Crystal Braves to assist us. As for you, pray join me in White Brim Front. Since the incident at Snowcloak, the Knights of House Darunde have redoubled their reconnaissance efforts in the region. It is my hope that they have information which may help us to determine precisely where the heretics are hiding. Something about mutual enemies. I accidentally double-clicked. Whoop. And a random poll. Who do we get? Horse. Fefe. I assume that I am going to the fort that has a massive gaping weakness. This little cliff that you could just jump over. Yep. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn wish to join the hunt for Iceheart. Your assistance is more than welcome, my friends. Considering the report I just received, I dare say your timing could be no better. We are all ears, Lord Trillamont. A band of pilgrims was seen transporting a large number of crates to the west. Their garb appears to match the description provided by the squire who survived the attack. Alas, our scouts lost track of them at Snowcloak, the self-same frozen wall which we speculated might conceal the heretics' hideout. Suffice it to say, the disappearance of these pilgrims and their provisions all but confirms our suspicions. Turn my pop filter. Apologize for the audio noise. I have heard enough. My knights will join the hunt. I like his sword. I took the liberty of summoning a unit of Crystal Braves to White Brim Front. Given the gravity of the situation, I trust you will agree that we must use every resource available to us. These are extraordinary circumstances, Commander. 'Twould be in our best interest to coordinate our efforts. Such was my intention from the start, Sir Emmerich. And so it begins, my friend. Though I dare say it will prove an all too brief collaboration, Iceheart will not elude the combined forces of the Crystal Braves and the Temple Knights for long. Nevertheless, a wise man does not wager all upon the success of a single solution. There may yet be subtler means by which we can locate the heretic's lair. Mayhap Lord Trillamont has one in mind. Oh hey, they got triple triad. Yes, yes, excellent. My lady, everything has been accounted for. If there is aught else you would have us do, pray speak, and it shall be done. We shall endeavor to make one full set. Right, just checking some stuff. It seems as though we are always one step behind, our quarry ever just beyond our reach. Though I would like to believe that the tables are about to turn, I must confess to having certain doubts. A joint effort may succeed where others have failed, but it could yet yield the self-same result. Fortunately, we are not without other options. I trust you haven't forgotten Inquisitor Guillemay. We have not. The mystery of how the heretic remained undiscovered for so long has been much in our thoughts, as has the question of what steps might be taken to prevent a similar breach of security in future. Accordingly, we conducted an exhaustive and covert evaluation of everyone in White Brim Front. Though some were found to have committed certain minor transgressions, we identified only one possible heretic. If this man has pledged himself to Iceheart's cause, he will have taken note of the movements of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves, and upon recognizing their intent, he may attempt to warn the heretics. The man's watch is to end soon, at which point he must report to Sir Germont in the yard. I would have you keep an eye on him if he ventures beyond the walls. Follow him discreetly. Should he meet with a heretic, do not interfere. Simply watch and listen. I have seen to it that the suspect knows nothing which could endanger our plans. We. Oh, right there. Pumpkin. Off he goes. The heretic leaves through the southwest gate. Waiting. Suspected heretic follows the road east. Suspect heretic head south. We survey. Hey, hey! Where in the seven hells are you? I'm freezing my bollocks off here. I'm here, you blundering oaf. Why are you late? Standing on the wall, why else? I have duties to fulfill, you know? Your sole duty is to the, bloody echo. Lower your voice, or they'll hear us in white brim front. Yes, of course, the Temple Knights are in Snowcloak. This is what you bring to me? We already know about. Our comrades in Boulder Downs will use the tunnels. Dead before they know what happened. Or what's happening. Nevertheless, if you waste my time again, is that clear? I like the red cane. Back to Drillamon. Drillamon. Off we go. Yeah, I'm sure this won't turn heads. Well, did your investigation bear fruit? I see. I shall have the man detained at once. His guilt is plain. Would that you could have heard their words more clearly. Yet, the few snatches you were able to make out are nonetheless enlightening. It would seem the heretics are aware of our operation and confident that they can thwart it. Their comrades in Boulder Downs are key to their plans, which means it is key to our plans that they be rooted out and put to the sword. Alright. I'm going to use this chance to stretch my legs before we do the next quest. I'm old, my joints hurt. So we will be back here shortly. While I am away, I will run a short little ad break, just so that people joining us can jump right into watching rather than having to wait through ads. So use this chance if you want to get up, stretch your legs, grab yourself something to drink or a snack. We'll be back shortly. Hello, everybody. I'm back. We're gonna do one of these. Whoop up. We are back. Sorry. Some gold is in my throat. I'm having the worst time with like. I think I got like I think I have a cold or something. We have long suspected that the heretics use a network of secret tunnels to traverse the highlands undetected. Given what you overheard, I fear that Snowcloak may be riddled with such passageways, and that the heretics in Boulder Downs are planning to use them to take our forces unawares. Needless to say, we cannot allow that to happen. A contingent of House Durandare knights are on patrol in the area, and I shall order them to begin searching for the heretics at once. But knowing nothing of our enemy's numbers or readiness, I cannot say for sure that they will be sufficient. I would put my mind at ease if you would consent to assist my knights with the search. I know they would take courage from the presence of so storied a warrior. Pray rendezvous with them at Border Downs. If Halone is kind, we may catch these heretics before their plans come to fruition. Show them no mercy. The lives of our allies are at stake. They always hope that it will happen, and it never does. Horse. Oh, I am going the full wrong way. Found you. Gee, this isn't suspicious at all. Sup? Got over an hour with no combat, so you know this is welcome. Ow. Hateful Harrier. That's right, both of you come at me at once. They all think you're clever with shield dashes, but you ain't. Assault on heretic effects. get the Shadow Wolf. Ooh, that's an interesting building. Let's go think it's gonna let me go over the mountain, will it? Oh, it will. Hot damn. The stinky wolf. Off he fly. Hello, Dribble. My knights sent no word of your coming. What has happened? What is that in your hand? By the Fury! Those were veterans with years of service. And now they lie dead in the snow. Their bodies must be recovered and... No, we have not the men to spare. Not now. Not while Iceheart prepares to summon an abomination. The heretics you dispatched were not of sufficient number to contend with the combined strength of the Temple Knights and the Crystal Braves. There must be others, and I'll wager they are on their way to Snowcloak as we speak. To make matters worse, it seems the traitor you have followed managed to pass the heretics something of value after all. The parchment you recovered is a timetable of the guardsmen's watches at our outpost in Snowcloak. The traitor was stationed there long before he aroused our suspicions. Would that we had caught him sooner. With this information, the heretics would know when the watch was weakest. They could use their tunnels with impunity and prepare their ambush. The timetable has not changed, you see. Of course, it will be changed now, but the heretics may already be in position. House Durindare must send reinforcements, even if it means withdrawing knights from the Stone Vigil. I can see no other way to safeguard the lives of our allies. The path of the righteous. Time is of the essence. While my knights make ready to depart, the heretics may take our allies in Snowcloak unawares. Superior training and equipment will avail them not if they are cut down ere their swords are drawn. But all is not yet lost. If you leave now, there may still be time to warn them. Make haste, I beseech you. Fly to Snowcloak and tell Sir Americ everything we have discovered. Right. I got the Leopleurodon. It's a Leopleurodon, Charlie. A magical Leopleurodon. Dungeon. We have a dungeon. This is a welcome surprise, perhaps the only one thus far. As you can see, we have yet to uncover any hidden... You have my gratitude. Truth be told, we suspected the heretics might be plotting such an attack. Now that we have confirmation, I shall place my knights on high alert. As Commander Levelou... Has Commander Levelou been informed? The Braves must be made aware. Alphino. It must be here. I am certain of it. Why else would they go to such lengths to defend Snowcloak? 'Tis but a pity this discovery comes when our enemy has us at such a disadvantage. Forewarned though we be, the heretics know the terrain far better than we. I dare not think how many are watching us at this very moment. Confound it. This is all wrong. Iceheart has us scrambling it to save our own skins when we should rightly be straining every sinew to find her and stop this damnable summoning. There she is. Here you go. They thought Alphino was Femboy. That was close. They didn't hurt you, did they? Only my pride. Hold on. There will be others nearby. We must see that they are given a similarly warm welcome. Commander Lavier. There's been a development, sir. Together with the Temple Knights, we have secured the entrances to some half-dozen tunnels after spotting the enemy breaking the surface. But that is not all, sir. We think that one of them may be important. Certainly, the heretics near flung themselves upon our swords to defend it. Aha! Just as I suspected. Amongst this warren of tunnels lies the entrance to Iceheart's lair. Some of the others were going in. A moment, Alphino. The tunnel in question is barely wide enough for 2 men abreast. We cannot say with any certainty where it leads, much less what is waiting for us there. Furthermore, we have no way of knowing how many heretics are still lurking here on the surface. What if they were to converge on this point after we entered the tunnel? For all we know, we could be funneling our forces into a trap. I take your point. If the tunnel is indeed as narrow as you say, greater numbers would be more a hindrance than a help. Should we encounter difficulty, our own allies would become an obstacle to escape. Welcome back. Alphino just got mistaken for Iceheart. Femboy. Just to make sure that it was updated. A change of plans. While we rendezvous with Sir Emmerich and keep the heretics at bay here, you will go wherever that tunnel leads. If you find Iceheart at the end of it, Do not let her escape. You venture into the unknown, so see that you are prepared for anything. I suggest you call upon your allies, though not too many, or Papa Lima will sulk. Stalwarts, Temple Knight. Entrance to the tunnel, madam. It's just over here. Had we not seen the heretics breaking the surface, we would never have noticed it. Per Sir Emmerich's orders, we will stand guard outside. Please be aware that even should you encounter significant resistance, we cannot leave our post. Snowcloak, now accessible. Is it support? Please let it be support. It's support! Let's go! No. Let's see. What class do I want to throw down the hole? Stretch! Gotta pick one that I have at 50. You know, 'tis been a while since I have been bawd. Though, I have other options if I so choose. I am open to suggestion. At least so long as my brain is still going that you know? I think if I get to level 60 with Red Mage, though, I can pick up some other classes. Might do that. Why not? That's not my Red Mage fit. That is not my Red Mage fashion. I have been gypped. I mean, I know why. I'm changing class out in the field, so it's going to be the other DPS classes armor, or the last magic DPS glam that was on it. Since I'm using Ironworks for it. Ooh boy! You would think I'd remember this place. That is pretty. I am not fit for this area. I'm going to get freaking frostbite. Ooh, the music's good. Start the fight. There you have some of these. Well. Holy shit. If it got reworked, that's pretty neat. They went through a lot of trouble on this place, and it's very clear. Fire! One of these, one of those. Lightning, some fire, some wind, a little bit more sparkle. So we also got rollers to make them compatible with the duty support system and also remove. That's fair. Like, like, there were definitely some dungeons that needed fixing in that regard. Like, look at this. Like, the music is fucking beautiful. Oh, that's a bear. Tiny cube. Older dungeons. Ones with optional ones at Stormblood. Nice. Oh, I don't want to be here. Yep. Oh, hello. One dude. Gollum. Battle. Yard. Oh, that's cold. Sir, I am wearing a bikini top. I need you to not use flash cold air everywhere. Thank you. Yep, I don't want to be here. Yep. Lost my rhythm. And you're done. You're done, son. Hero's Ring of Aiming. I already have it. Let us go. go. It's a Gabagoo. Oh, it's another Gabagoo. We're being attacked by the Italians. Starting to understand why this one might have needed reworking. This is the drip down version. Fire. Wind. Thunder. Sparkles. Wind. Sparkles. The game sister telling me that I'm too cold. It's like a perfect dungeon for you, isn't it, Glaze? Gotta wait for that to stop. That is a lot of birds. Hate their butt. Yeti! Are we Yeti? That bodes poorly. Yep. Ow. 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 Thank you, Conjurer. Well, I do feel that at level 50, y'all might want to upgrade your classes. Made 2 of them. It's good. Hero's bracelet. And an antique helm. Fire. Wind. Rocks. I was gonna say, gee, this doesn't seem like a trap. Fire! Music is soothing as shit, man. Holy crap. Let's try to focus on the clear. Why is he targeting the rabbits? Got it. Oh, hi. It's a wyvern. Cherry Harrier. Oh, there it is. No, can't undo the door. Box. Swords fall, everyone dies. Oh, there it is. Finger. Put the fingy in the hole. Oh, hey, look, there's the aetherite. This isn't concerning. I'm sure this will be fine. Oh, doggo. Here's a puppy. Oh. Oh, dear God. Okay. I understand. Fuck. At least it's a good pose. Oh. Almost made it. Spell. Casting is casting. this. Yay, we did it. Necklace up. I guess that would go here. Leave.
The tales do not do you justice, warrior of light. Yes, I know who you are, and you know who I am. I was given the name Izel, but I earned the name Iceheart.
Ah.
This endless cycle of hatred, of bloodshed, of sorrow. You would see it continue, O noble warrior of light. I would not. I will not. I will bring an end to this war between dragon and man, no matter the cost.
I see.
In time, you will come to understand that what we do for the greater good.
Sure.
For Eorzea. For Hydaelyn.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. They said it was for the greater good. For the greater good. That took longer than I expected. What news? So, Iceheart is but a pseudonym. Not that it matters. That she managed to escape is regrettable, but from your description of that beast, you did well to come as close as you did. In any case, now that you have cleared the path, the Temple Knights can begin to survey the tunnels in earnest. Mayhap they will even find a route past the ice wall. Wouldn't that do wonders for their fight against the heretics? The Crystal Braves would certainly share the credit for it too. 12 be praised. We may yet turn this situation to our advantage, assuming we stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva, of course. Needless to say, our fellow Scions have not been idle. Minfilia and Urianger have been busy perusing the archives of House Fortemps, gathering what information they can on Shiva. Which reminds me, if you were intending to trudge back to Camp Dragonhead to report on the day's events, don't. The antecedent should be here any minute. I can only assume some people enjoy subjecting themselves to this cold. Says in here she's quite chill. Yeah. Especially right now. I am not fitted for this weather. That's all. Why does she get a coat? That's not fair. That's it. You come to us straight from the archives of House Fortemps. I trust your time there proved fruitful. Would that it had. Urianger and I scoured countless texts, but what we found was of questionable veracity. Accounts of Shiva's life and deeds are sparse and contradictory, only agreeing upon one point. She lay down with the dragon, the gravest of all sins, according to the Ishgardian faith. Yeah. I kind of want to do like a winter coat glam for that as well. In the eyes of Iceheart's followers, this was a holy act, the blessed union of man and dragon. How such a thing could it even be possible is quite another question. Suffice it to say, we very much doubt that we will find a useful answer in the archives of House Fortemps. Much knowledge has been lost over the centuries, though in this case, one wonders if it is by circumstance or design. You said that Iceheart took a moment to plead her case prior to escaping, did you not? If I learn how such a thing was achieved by perusing the sacred archives of the... Viewed without prejudice, most would agree that bringing an end to an endless war serves a greater good. I think Sir Emeric might take issue with her methods. I do not care if a few stragglers manage to escape. Until the sappers confirm that a tunnel is safe, the men are not to search it. Yes, Lord Commander. You pursue your foes with less zeal than I had expected, Sir Emeric. Lest you misunderstand, I do not deny that our enemy has given us good reason to be prudent. I merely meant, you being a man of faith, that I had expected a certain single-mindedness. After all, was it not by the will of Helone that your ancestors came to this land? Why, they took up arms against the Dravanians. What would they have done in your position, I wonder? There are those who believe that faith is a renunciation of free will, that unquestioned devotion is required of all who would live a life in service to the Fury. Such righteous fervor may well serve a knight on the front line, less so a leader of men. We are all at liberty to interpret the scriptures as we will. I choose to believe that the Fury would value the lives of her followers over the deaths of her enemies. But I would not presume to speak of the Knights of Eld. 'Twas a different time, nay, a different era, and Scripture tells us only so much. Would that it told us more. I like his Moonlight's great sword. Every time I see that sword, I'm like, ooh, I like it. I have a king. It is nothing. Okay. Is it urgent? No. The man is awfully pragmatic for a servant of the Holy See. A welcome trait at the negotiating table, to be sure, less so when one's enemies are making ready to harness the power of a god. Mayhap he does not truly believe that Iceheart's plan can succeed. Truth be told, I too remain somewhat skeptical. Shiva was real, a living, breathing woman. Of that there can be no doubt. In this respect, she differs from every other figure that to have been summoned, each of whom was worshipped as a god. The sole exception being good King Mughal the 12th, the myth made manifest in response to the fervent supplications of the Mughals guard. Saint Shiva may differ, but what of the heretics? They are a tribe of outcasts that war with a mighty nation, who yearn for the resurrection of the one who embodies their beliefs. If that is not placing one's faith in a higher power, then what is? Crystals and conviction, Menphilia. They have both in abundance. I don't know. What's that? Can that truly be all that is required? My survey team has concluded a preliminary analysis of the aetheryte Iceheart used to escape. They believe that she teleported to another aetheryte somewhere not far to the west. Despite the apparent proximity of this second aetheryte, however, they have been wholly unable to detect its presence directly. Unless Iceheart has some means to mask its signal, I can only presume she had it destroyed to prevent us from following her. Without a means to teleport as she did, we have no choice but to search for an alternate route. Most likely a tunnel, assuming one exists. Let us not give up on teleportation just yet. One of our colleagues in Charlayan may be able to assist us. I pray that you are right. I dare not think how long it will take us to survey the entire tunnel system. While Menphilia looks into our aetheryte problem, I would like to request your assistance with another matter. The 3rd unit is currently tracking the remnants of the heretic force which attacked us. However, the search goes poorly, despite our numbers. Coerthus is vast, and Iceheart's followers know the terrain far better than we. Your knowledge of this region may serve to hasten the process. The sooner we capture Iceheart's followers, the sooner we can press them for their leader's whereabouts. Also, though it is admittedly a selfish request, I feel that my braves would benefit immensely from working alongside you. While we have our share of veterans, we also have more than a few less experienced recruits, many of whom look up to you, in case you were not aware. Good, I knew you would understand. Yu Hase can appraise you of the details. When the task is complete, come and find me at the observatorium. Captain Ilberd and I are meeting there to discuss the latest developments in his investigation. The Temple Knights shall hold Snowcloak in our absence. Let us leave them to their work. Ours is more pressing. Yu Hase, what's up? There you are, Commander Levelu. Commander Levelu instructed me to wait for you. Your assistance is most welcome, believe me. Most of the 3rd hail from Ul'dah, and for a man accustomed to the feel of sand beneath his boots, the crunch of snow can be rather disconcerting. But to the matter at hand, nary a moment ago I received word that the heretics we seek have been spotted making it for Danifin Pass. My braves are already in pursuit, and I should be grateful if you would join them. I myself shall be taking part in the hunt. Never let it be said that I do not earn my coin. He does not work to earn his coin. And? Nope. Mech. Ah. 'Tis the more elegant one, not the surfboard. Behold my Gundam. Where am I going that's wrong? Good thing there's a map. Oh no. Thalos balls! My ankle is on fire. Caught my boot on a rock or something and twisted it as I fell. The others went on ahead through Danifin Pass. Hurry, and you might catch up. If you aren't sure where to go, look for tracks. This snow is fresh, so they should be hard to find. Try to pull. The other robot. Wow, both mechs back to back. This one. That's a massive parts forming, if you ask me. We'll go over. I do wonder what this is. I should look into that at some point. Fresh Prince. Up down there. The tracks lead southeast. Aha. Over yonder. Quick, sniff them out. Scion, what are you doing here? The heretics? I'm not sure. There was a great scaled beast and cough. Yu Hase, I think he went east on his own. The heretics split up, so we did too. Well, time to land. Yu Hase, are you okay? Let me tell you right now, this is a horrible choice. Crushed by stones. How embarrassing. I was so intent on following the heretics' tracks that I almost failed to notice they had doubled back. Almost, mind you. One tried to sneak up behind me and got a knife in the gut for his troubles. I thought myself alone, so I started searching for started searching the dead man's knapsack for anything of interest, and lo and behold, before his friends found me, I came upon this. Withdraw in groups of 3 or less to the observatorium. Give the signal and wait. The merchant will be watching. Be late and be left for dead. Speaks for itself, does it not? It can't possibly mean to rendezvous inside the place, so we should restrict our search to the surrounding areas. Let me rephrase that. You should restrict your search to the wilderness around the observatorium. I will need more than a moment's rest to recover from these wounds. Let me say that again. Fuck that. You do it. Is what he basically said. Riding on an eyeball. Whoop. Do that. I don't suppose that the game will let me. Well, not while I'm mounted, obviously. Nah, because of where we're at, it won't be. Alright. We'll take a sword to them. We'll just beat them to death. Suspicious Corythan. Hello! I'm through with listening to your excuses. We leave now. How? The woods are crawling with those bluecoats, and the knights are searching every wagon that passes through the gates. Howdy! Well, stay with her, then if you think you'll fare any better. Now. There's no need for that. Legasp. Is he a gunblade? There a place like this in my homeland. Sacred snow-capped peaks where blood must not be shed. Yagiri! Yet your lands ever thirst for the blood of the fallen, and by your deeds it has drunk deep. No, I have done no wrong. None but meet in secret with heretics. Deny it all you will. We shall have the truth from you yet. Inquisitors are not the only ones skilled in the art of interrogation. Damn it all! Fancy meeting you here. I presume your work with the Third brought you hither? What a tangled web, lest you wander. We came not for the heretics, but for the merchant who has been conspiring with them. He came to our attention during the course of our investigation into the Ivy. It beggars belief, I know, but it seems our favorite Garlean spy may have been providing assistance to Iceheart. Were it not for the efforts of Lady Yagiri and her shinobi, we might never have discovered this connection. Master Alphinaud is too kind. I fear my people and I have done little to aid your search for this spy. We long to strike back against the Empire and weaken their influence in this land, to prevent the tragedy which befell Doma from reoccurring. The days ahead and the work they promise will require a very particular set of skills which I am fortunate enough to possess. If you will allow it, I would accompany you until the investigation is complete. That is a most generous offer, Lady Yagiri, and one which I gladly accept. Thank you. Though I may disappear for a time, know that I shall never be far, and shall always be watching. A comforting thought. Come, let us wait inside for Captain Ilberd to return and deliver his report. Now just run inside. Captain Ilberd seemed confident that the merchant's resolve would swiftly crumble when pressed. If so, we should have new information ere long. As to whether it will bring us any closer to learning the Ivy's identity, I would rather not say. Given our adversary's cunning, I shall consider us fortunate if we are spared another wild dodo chase. The gods know we have more than enough to occupy our time as it is. Grab that, because that looks good for some glams I've got planned. What's this? Yeah, I think I'll grab the glow one for the glam. Do it for the glam. Captain Ilberd, your report, if you will. Aye, Commander. Firstly, with regard to the heretic we captured, I regret to say that the man could tell us that we did not already know of Sheba. We have since handed him over to the Ishgardian authorities. Henceforth, the Holy See will pursue the matter independently. Our inquiries concerning the Ivy, however, have proven more fruitful. We have ascertained the channel by which the heretics acquired their information on the shipment routes. Go on. You will recall the flame we first identified as being in the Ivy's employ. From him, we were able to trace a trail of conspirators, each taking us closer to his master. Alas, the trail came to an abrupt end. Fearing that the investigation had been compromised, we took the necessary step of detaining all suspected of conspiracy. There were 5 on our list, including a flame stationed at Revenant's Toll. The man's primary duty was to keep an inventory of donations from abroad, the particulars of which he would share with benefactors, thereby ensuring that needs did not go unfulfilled. By virtue of his role, he was privy to the details of all shipments bound for the settlement. Needless to say, that included those originating from House Fortemps. He knew the precise route the caravan would take, and he sold the information to a merchant. I think I can guess which one. None other. With a little encouragement, he soon confessed to knowingly aiding and abetting the heretics. Well, that is one mystery solved, at least. But what of the Ivy? Are we any closer to pricing off his mass? I dare say we are, Commander. Our relentless pursuit has forced him to commit a grave error. In a desperate bid to cover his tracks, the Ivy resorted to exercising certain administrative powers available only to high-ranking members of the Immortal Flames. If you consider, then, that our investigation is known to barely a handful of them, the field of suspects is greatly narrowed. You mean to say that the agent is among Raban's innermost circle? Someone who has been with him since the Immortal Flames establishment? 'Tis the most plausible explanation. The infiltration likely occurred during the company's founding. with the groundwork for the act being laid beforehand. To slip into a position of authority unremarked and remain above suspicion all these years. I too was surprised, though I really should not have been. Of the three great grand companies, Old Dawes was ever the more vulnerable to infiltration. Both Limsa Laminsa and Gridania had long-standing armed forces that lent themselves well to the formation of the Maelstrom and the Order of Twin Adder. To all intents and purposes, it was the same people, loyal ones, mind, under the same leadership, only the banner was different. Not so the Flames. Old Dawes' military was made up of disparate orders, most of which were glorified mercenary companies that answered only to their own paymasters. Hardly an ideal environment in which to establish something as high-minded as a grand company. The difficulties Raban faced when founding the Immortal Flames are well known. Even after he had convinced his fellow syndicate members to share the cost, there remained a small matter of finding enough bodies to fill the ranks. Indeed, and given the pressing nature of the Imperial threat, that meant recruiting every passing sellsword. Amidst the chaos of its founding, it would have been child's play to infiltrate the company. A good deal easier than then than now. The Immortal Flames have ever been caught between conflicting interests, the public and the private. Though the monetarists ultimately agreed to support the organization's founding, it was not out of charity that they did so, but simple self-preservation. Had Nael van Dernus' ambitions been any less apocalyptic, you may be sure that they would never have risked supplying Raban with an army. 'Tis but a wonder they did not attempt to extinguish the flames the moment the danger had passed. And returning to the present. Even as we speak, our Domon allies are shadowing several high-ranking flames, any one of whom could be the Ivy. Desiring to deal a blow against the Empire, the refugees were eager to lend us their aid. I expect to hear from them ere long. Very good. Pray continue your investigation with the first. Meanwhile, have the second attend to the unrest. The third can join the fourth in inspecting crystal shipments. If they notice anything unusual, I want to know about it. If Shiva is summoned in like manner to the other primals, the heretics will be looking for further supplies. Understood, Commander. I shall send word to Sir Emmerich, informing him of our success in identifying the heretics' abettors. Hopefully, the information will be of some use to the Ishgardians. It is time, Commander. Yes, I am aware. An emergency council of the Alliance leadership has been called. There have been developments in Garlemald, it would seem. As commander of the Crystal Braves, my presence has been requested. I would have you accompany me. As the realm's stoutest champion, 'tis only meet that you be present for the discussion. Oh, and the Intendant has already given her consent, lest you worry. Hooray! Getting roped into shit. Like me, you are doubtless eager to conclude our business with Iceheart, but until another path to her sanctum is found, she will remain beyond our reach. Nephilia and the Archons are sparing no effort to secure an alternate route. Until such time as they succeed, I suggest we give some thought to the realm's other problems. I shall go on ahead to Gridania in readiness for the coming council. Meet me at Nalthika's altar, and we shall make our way to the Lotus Stand together. La la la. While we're here, Red Mage. The correct attire. Oh, I have enough. I can buy some more. Whoop. Not ranged DPS, but ADS. So ranged DPS. I'm working on tank. Nope, I already have tank. Okay. Was it healer then? It was. But I do not have enough. I'm just shy. Sedge. Conjurer skill. Oh, stretch.
Me.
There you are, my boy. My thanks for coming. When you are ready, speak to the conjurer yonder. She will show us to the lotus stand. A serpent officer here. We've got I saw a blue one at the gate. The Alliance leaders await us at the lotus stand. Will you join them now? Yep, let's go.
Change has come to the Garlean Empire, and we must discuss the implications.
Gonna let it run itself.
The rumors are true then? The War of Succession is ended?
It is. A new emperor reigns in Garlemald.
Who?
The birth and all too rapid expansion of the Garlean Empire is commonly attributed to the strategic brilliance of Solus Zosgalvis, yet he did not rule alone. Several members of the royal household also distinguished themselves during his reign. Nevertheless, it was the eldest son who stood to inherit the throne, until his most untimely passing.
I thought us fortunate when I learned that the Emperor had died without naming a successor.
Dang. Okay.
Would that the Garlean Empire had died with him.
Dude's got shoulder pads that would make Space Marines jealous.
'Twas the grandson and his uncle who had the strongest claims, was it not?
Indeed, Yet claims count for little without the power to assert them. High Legatus Varus Ye Galvus is a respected military leader. Not so his uncle.
So young Varus has torn the crown from his uncle's grasp and taken his place at the head of the Empire.
You call that young? Oh, look, a bunch of stormtroopers again. So many stormtroopers.
Given the troubled nature of his succession, the new emperor will require time to seal his grip on power. Yet have no doubt but that he shall, for there are none left with strength enough to oppose him.
Since the success of Operation Archon, the remnants of the 14th Legion and the forces occupying Alamigo have done naught but fortify their positions. But you can be sure they'll be ready to march on us again, if their Emperor gives the word.
When, not if. They say this Varus was so set upon Eorzean annexation that he spoke out against the Meteor Project.
Plainly, the new emperor's intentions are of great concern to us all. I propose that we set aside the Cartno dispute for the present, and discuss what measures the Alliance might take to prepare for a resumption of hostilities with Garlemald. Moreover, I move that we re-examine the question of how our former allies in Ishgard might be persuaded to retake their place at our side. Could Eorzea but stand as one, 'twould deal a grave blow to our enemies' ambitions.
Shit's getting serious. We haven't even hit the expansion yet.
Well, I suppose we should be grateful that they have finally acknowledged the inevitability of Imperial attack. Who knows? They may even do something about it. If only the leaders of Ishgard would follow their example and stop hiding behind their gates, praying for the coming storm to pass them by. But that is a discussion for another time. At present, I am more concerned by the fact that the Alliance's mooted preparations will be made known to the Garleans many moons before their coming. So long as the ivy eludes our grasp, no secret is safe. So long as the ivy eludes our grasp.
Go ahead. Huh. I ended up accidentally in my way into checking something else. There we go. Alright, give me 1 sec, folks. I will be right back. We'll jump over to this real quick. Alright, I'm back. The weather's not too bad, which obviously means that I'm going to have people trying to knock on my door and tell me about their favorite Sky Daddy. Deep-rooted mistrust amongst the citizenry. The nation's leaders can come to all the understandings they like, but their unity means little and less to the common folk. Take the Luminians, for instance. Though Admiral Lim outlawed piracy over a decade ago, foreigners still picture the nation as a haven for grog-swilling, wooden-legged cutthroats. And likewise, the Gridanians are mocked as hermits who talk to trees, and the Eldons scorned as swindlers who worship coin. Not that such sentiments are entirely without grounds, of course. Take the pillar of Uldan society, Teleji Adeleji, for example, but that is beside the point. The fact is that people are wary of outsiders, whether they have cause to be or not. On that basis, one could argue that the conflict in Cartano is a necessary evil. Each nation has its own warmongering faction that advocates for acquisition of Omega. In order to placate them, we present them something resembling warfare and thereby curb their appetite for full-scale conflict. But enough idle musing. Let us speak of a more pressing matter, the Ivy. Since we spoke at the Observatorium, Captain Ilberd has further shortened his list of suspects, and by happy coincidence, the one he deems the most likely candidate is lately come to Gridania. The hunt nears its end. All that remains is to corner our quarry. Seek out Ilberd near the Adder's Nest. He will give you the particulars. Should there be any development in Coarthus, you may be sure that I will send word without delay. In the meantime, I wish you success in apprehending the Ivy. I'm feeling like there's a second boot.